up? What up? Welcome to the 4PP. Your boy is back. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Episode
sir.
episode 4. I love it.
Episode 4. Yeah, let's get into it. Episode 4. Lots going on in the NBA and the sports world. But let's just talk about let's just weekly check-in. How's everyone doing? Nick, how's life going for you?
All good over here on the home front. Went on a big hike today. Trying to get as much things that I can do done before I get surgery on my knee.
Mm.
That's
alert,
that.
update
alert. Yeah.
Update alert. Woj bomb.
Update alert.
Woj bomb.
Woj bomb across the screen. Woj bomb across the screen because I can do that now. Nikki gonna be having surgery. Have we 100% agreed on that? Is that the decision? I need to get my MRI results back, but I think that's the route I'm gonna take because
Did he believe it was fully torn?
he said probably partially, but they would go in and clean it up and everything like that. I just told Ryan, man, I'm just not ready to hop over to golf and pickleball. I have more to give to the game. My knees have more.
That was a shot at golfers, but I'll let that one slide. But that's okay. I see what you mean, though.
No, yeah.
No, yeah, I know. I feel you. Kevin, is it any
Adam.
different? Wait, I was gonna ask Kevin if it's any different. Our squad doctor, if it's torn via full, on the recovery process, does that even matter? Or if it's torn, it's torn. You're just getting surgery. It's the same way,
Yeah.
same thing either way.
Menisci. Sorry.
Menisci. Wow,
Menisci. Very the types. There's 8 types of tears, and each
Oh.
one not treated differently, but depending on the tear, you get a different surgery.
Yeah.
If they try and repair it, it's different versus if they just clean it up and just take it out almost.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's a different timeline, but usually they try and repair it. So
Mhm. Got it. Oh, okay. All right. Well, Kev, what have you been up to? Kev wasn't here last week. Kev, where were we last week? Let's tell the viewers.
at work,
Unfortunately, Kev grinds some days. He's there till goddamn 8:30, 9 o'clock.
just worked a 11-hour day, 2 or 4 basketball games and 2 soccer games.
Yesterday I was at a women's game, and in garbage time, one of the players had a Klay Thompson game 6 fall and tore her ACL within under 2
No.
minutes.
Was she screaming?
Oh,
She was writhing in pain or writhing in
Yeah.
pain. What's your
no.
thought process? It's almost the end of game basically, and it's what are you thinking at that point? Just taking care of a player if that were to happen to you in that situation.
Well, are you saying because it's the end of the game, or just in any situation?
Or just have you ever dealt with an injury, a season-ending injury like that yet?
Oh yeah, I've had a bunch of season-ending.
Do you
injuries. I just
know?
had-
Do you know right away on a fall like that? Are you oh, that's when you're running over, you okay, this is probably an ACL or something, or is it just you don't know till you
Well,
get there really?
No, you can see it, and you're okay, it's probably one of 3 things, and it's
Oh,
if you
okay.
see it all the way, you're it's probably an ACL, and then you test it, and then right away.
So there's really
Yeah.
quick test on the spot that will tell you if you 100% will
Yeah.
know if it's an ACL.
Yeah, because you have to test it right away, because once it happens, you tighten up a lot, and you'll get a false test if it's too late.
Oh, wow.
Well, and you're most likely going to get an MRI anyway. It's just so you know on the spot. So
Yeah. Damn.
Well,
That's crazy.
What was crazy? It was crazy too because it was so reminiscent of Klay Thompson's injury when I first saw it, and as she was on the ground, I told the person next to me, I was like, bro, I think that's the ACL, because she was just on the floor, and just
Yeah.
the fall looks super similar. But I saw her today, and she was walking on her own. So is that
oh yeah,
normal? Yeah.
yeah, you can
Before you get
walk. I
surgery.
mean, you don't really need an ACL, just to be a human being. It just
That's
helps.
what the fuck?
Just-
What does that mean? What does that mean?
if you don't need an ACL.
You said to be a human being, and I was like, wait, what?
Be a
What is
human
that?
being.
It's oh, okay, that I guess.
Bad example.
Cool. Ryan, what about you? What you been up to, dude? I know you've been busy out there.
Yeah, a little bit busy. Just school stuff, doing this little internship downtown. So I have to go downtown a couple of times a week.
Hey, big things
Um,
coming. That's all we're gonna say.
Big things coming.
Big things coming for Ryan. That's
I would like to share it soon. It's not.
I think you could share it soon.
I could
People would go
yeah,
crazy. The people would go crazy. Let's save it for episode 5.
episode
Potentially.
five.
Potentially, depending on the timing. potentially.
Release.
Yeah,
Release.
but yeah.
And then just enjoy my senior year. Getting into like video editing and stuff like that. So
Hell yeah.
just building up credentials to
let's
help
get a
the podcast more.
Rye podcast edit episode where Rye takes his
I would
own
love to.
Rye takes his own control and says, "Yo, let me throw my spice on this episode."
Caligden cut.
Caligden cut.
Ooh.
Actually, how about this episode?
Adam doesn't
Okay,
wanna edit the episode.
maybe when Ryan frees up, but that's okay.
What about you, Shem?
Nothing too crazy. I was just in New Orleans for like a family friend's wedding. Or it was like a cousin. She might be watching this. Shout out to Amanda. Congratulations. She said she watched both of our first episodes. But it was cool. New Orleans was cool. Fumbled the bag a few
Likes
times.
and dislikes.
Okay, so easy. I would say likes is it's very festive. You definitely like the culture. You could tell it's New Orleans. You always hear about New Orleans, but when you get there, it just feels like New Orleans, Louisiana. That sounds crazy, but Nick, you could probably like attest that, or Kevin, whoever who's been there. But and then obviously we talked about this. We were texting while I was there in our group chat, and I would say the con is just dirty, dude. Like I'm not even saying that disrespectfully. I think it's just because so much goes on there, all the parades, all the shit getting thrown everywhere. Like it just is kind of dirty in that sense. There's definitely like a good amount of homeless people, so it's kind of like, has that sort of vibe. But other than that, I thought it was cool. The food was fire.
Oh,
I had
very good.
I had alligator bites. Those were great. It was like chicken nuggets, but
It's
a
like
little bit better.
chicken, right?
Basically, pretty much. But yeah, other than that, just got back and then I leave tomorrow again for a work trip for the week. So no, just working, traveling, stuff like that. Just
Where are you going?
going to Newport, Rhode Island. Cool little spot. It's gonna be cold as balls there. It's like 20, sub 20 there. Not sub 20, but like 20 and below.
It's so cold right now in New York.
Dude, I got off the plane today in DC and I was freezing outside. I couldn't believe how cold. And I usually don't get super cold like that, but yeah, no, super cold. Other than that, no, just chilling.
It's brick as hell.
It's
Dick
brick.
is shriveled up.
Dick is shriveled
cold.
up. Yep.
That's
Agreed.
how cold.
Agreed, like a little frightened turtle, just sitting in there.
Yeah. All right. Now that we
let's get into it.
Weather, yeah, let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Lots to talk about in the NBA right now. But I want to take this to Nick. Yo, Kai, what's up with Kai, man? Like, what are your thoughts? That's your guy. So, like, what's up with him requesting a trade? Right, like 24 hours before the trade deadline, basically.
Yeah, I mean, man, I love Kai. I absolutely love him. I've backed him through all of his little scandals and everything like that. But I feel like it's tough because I think in some sense it makes sense that, you're a player and this is a players league and you want to earn what you think you deserve, and incentives and, certain like stipulations in the contract. It seems like that's what the issue was with what the Nets offered him. And he's an all-star starter this year. So like he feels like he deserves what he should be getting. And, I could understand from his standpoint to feel disrespected. The part I don't like is like, if he really does end up not getting traded and like sitting out, like for how nice the Nets have looked this year, like progressing through the year, that's horrible to like leave your teammates out in the dust like that. So I hope that's not the case, but I understand in the sense of like player empowerment. I think he's someone who's like always stood up for that.
Did you see the stipulation for that though? Like with the contract? I don't know if it's true. I saw it on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Someone said that his camp like stopped negotiations because the ownership said we'll give you the extension if you win a championship. That's like what it was contingent on.
That's what I heard that too. I feel like it's more like for him and like, we all know the stuff he tweets and you're like reading and you're like, everything's so cryptic and everything. It's like, it seems like it's always about respect. So like, even if there was like a bonus to win a championship, it's like, he feels like he's a max player and he feels like other max players don't get those same like stipulations in their contracts. So I think that's what the reasoning behind it is. But
don't get me wrong, like he is a max player, but he doesn't have that same like. The only reason that there's stipulations is because he's so inconsistent with showing up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I have another question. It's for like everybody, but like this is very much a players' league. But do you think that Kyrie Irving could have any effect at all whatsoever on like turning like ruining those freedoms of being a players league for other players? Like, do you think he's taking too much advantage of just like the overall situation in terms of like dealing with contracts and everything like that?
I don't think he's the first one to do it.
I mean, if he sits out, he's not going to get paid. So,
yeah. But do you think that contracts will have like more stipulations or extensions at least because of this, because of players just sitting out, like if they don't like the situation that they're in?
I can see it happening. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it happens a lot. Like they just get kind of cocky and be like, all right, well, I'll just sit out. And I feel like they know at some point they're going to get paid. However that comes about, someone's going to do it. And I think because their resume shows it, Kyrie's one of those players in my opinion. But I don't know. I definitely do see it happening in the future. I don't think it'll happen a ton, but I think high tier players, S tier players will do it if necessary. They don't want to, but if necessary, I can see it happening. So yeah.
Any ideas on where Kyrie might get dealt?
Lakers reunion? How true do we think that is? Get shipping Russ out. Does Kyrie come in, Nikki? What are your thoughts?
I'm confused what Kyrie's value is at this point.
Yeah, he's definitely not a Russ for Kyrie type. Like it's definitely not.
No,
on the same
you
level
cannot
right now.
straight swap them. There's no shot. But I'm just trying to understand. Like, I mean, he's so good, but obviously, like the baggage that comes with it. You know, whether it be consistency or like, does he even want to be here long term? Are we offering him enough, like after the season and stuff like that? So I don't understand his value.
Yeah, and are we still like going off of the Rudy Gobert like trade? Like, is that still the standard?
Oh my
you know,
God.
it's like,
I mean, yeah, that sets a precedent for a lot of these trades though, because some of these guys are gonna be like, you're gonna pay me that? Like, look at what Rudy just got, and you're telling me I'm not. You're telling me I'm better than Rudy. Why am I not getting what he's getting or better? So that definitely set the precedent in my mind. I think that's gonna be something that players use to their advantage. So yeah, I don't know.
Kev, any ideas on landing spots? Maybe do you like LA? I heard the Clippers might be in play as well,
And the Mavericks and the Heat.
I like the Clippers spot, but like, what does it take to get that done? Like,
yeah,
who do you
I think they
send?
have some young wings and things like that. Young wings. I think they have
Like
I don't know
Terrence
how many
Mann,
picks they have though.
Powell. Yeah, I just don't know what picks they'd send.
Luke Kennard.
Okay. That's the tipping point, Luke Kennard.
No, I'm just saying
That's the one that's gonna get it done.
I'm just saying he's an item that could be dealt.
Okay.
So, wasn't he an all-star?
Shem's high on Luke Kennard.
Wasn't he an all-star?
What?
What?
All-star?
Oh no, I'm tripping. Never mind. No, never mind. Everyone just
Luke
relax.
Kennard?
Hey, everyone relax. Everyone. He had a really good year
Luke
either
Kennard.
last year or the year before.
The most out of
That's
getting
the
a
title
little
right there.
lucky.
He got paid. No.
Gives to
3 years ago.
Kennard.
3 years ago, Kevin. He got like,
It's the same league that Peja Stojakovic was. best
everyone
American
relax.
player
Everyone
of all
relax.
time.
Kevin, he literally got paid like 2 or 3 years ago. He got like a 4 for 45 or 4 for 50.
Oh,
you remember
yeah,
that?
he got a good deal,
Everyone
but
gets
he's
paid. That doesn't make them an all-star.
Okay, well, disregard the all-star comment, but I'm just saying he was a
wasn't he an all-star?
he was a player that was highly regarded in a sense.
He
got
might
that
have been
contract.
a rising star in that.
He got
NBA,
that
like,
contract.
All-Star league.
He got a 4 for 50. I mean, it's a pretty small
Like a lot of
contract.
people have gotten
I
paid.
forgot who did they picked somebody over, like they picked Luke Kennard over somebody else. I forgot who that was. Do you remember?
Well, they traded for Kennard, right?
No, I know, but they decided to pay him over somebody else, and I remember they felt some type of way about it.
Hmm.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, the Clippers would
So,
be disgusting if they get him.
I do like the Clippers. Like they could use a
Agreed.
creative point guard.
I like Miami for Kyrie.
They ship
don't know
Kyle.
what to think.
Who do they ship out?
Not a high enough native population in Miami, I don't think.
Native population, is that what he said?
Yeah.
He's
It's gonna be in his contract stipulation that there needs to be a high population of native people. I bet you.
It's valid. I feel like Miami needs scoring. They need shot creation. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they have their picks, and then I'm sure Brooklyn would ask for Tyler Hero, but I don't know how that would.
That's tough.
Could you
I don't know.
package Ben Simmons with Kyrie and just get rid of both of them?
Probably.
God, they should.
They should. If they're gonna go that route, they might as well. And they really think KD's leaving. Kevin, where's KD going? Tell me right now.
I don't know where. I don't think he's leaving this
You don't
year.
think he's leaving? Okay.
But who knows?
Never know.
I mean, he did. So when Kyrie first requested a trade, right? That's when KD also requested out. Is that how that went last?
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
like
I think
back
so.
to back.
About?
Yeah.
I mean,
I thought KD's thing was he wanted change in the coach or ownership or something like that, though.
I thought that too, and then I thought he also wanted to get traded, or he wanted out. But then they just stuck it out.
Must be rough to be a
But-
Brooklyn Nets fan.
Yeah. What do we think about the timing of this? Just like a few days before the deadline, like
Puts
kind
more
of forcing
It
their
was
hand.
it was
Puts
the
more
same
pressure.
time as last year with Harden.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yep.
You're right.
Mm.
They're doing it to put pressure
And-
on him.
Did they deal him? No, they didn't, right?
Last,
What?
yeah.
Like,
To-
Yeah,
after
he's
the
on the
deadline?
Sixers.
No, I know. I'm saying, was it at the deadline or was it after?
Oh,
the season?
No, it was at the
Yeah, is that
deadline.
the
yeah, it was like
Deadline.
right at the deadline. Yeah.
deadline?
Oh, okay. Who knows? Maybe they'll get something done, but I wouldn't put it past Kyrie to just sit out the entire season. Okay, I think that's pretty good on the Kyrie
What-
talk.
what about,
do you think? Yeah, go ahead, Adam.
No, I was gonna say, what do we think about the fights this week? A lot of interesting NBA drama and fights. Nikki, I mean, Mo Bamba would have killed Austin Rivers. Are we all gonna just kind of come to agreements about that?
Can you
Or
make sure to link both fights? Because they
yeah.
were both
First
very
of all,
entertaining.
here's the Austin Rivers and Mo Bamba one. So apparently, when Austin
I need
Rivers
to
takes his
watch
three,
that actually.
when Austin Rivers takes his three, apparently one of the guys on the bench was like, "This isn't high school anymore," and they started chirping. And then you just see them like kind of tangle up, and then Austin Rivers gets on the ground. He tries choking someone out. I don't think it was Mo Bamba, but it was
I
just
think, like,
crazy.
Jalen Suggs like tackled him. Like,
Yeah, and then Jalen Suggs attacked him. And then we have this one, the Cleveland the Cavs and the Grizzlies, where was it Dylan Brooks? Nut shot
Yeah,
at
Dylan Brooks
Donovan
and
Mitchell.
Donovan
Bitch ass
Mitchell.
Dylan Brooks. Excuse my language. Bitch ass Dylan Brooks.
hate them.
Punched Donovan Mitchell in
Ducks.
the nuts. Go Ducks. Punched Donovan Mitchell in the nuts, and then they started swinging, kinda. And then the Grizzlies assistant coach or
oh
whatever.
my God.
Oh my God! Came over to give him with a great tackle at midfield and just ripped him down, looking like a prime Joey Bosa. But yeah, no, that was crazy. The fights were something else for sure.
I think everyone's
I
ready
like
for the
it.
All-Star break.
Yeah, I think everyone's kind of getting in that mood. I have a quick question. Shout out to my guy Chris for this one. I know he'll be listening. He believes Donovan Mitchell is the best shooting guard in the league. Does everyone agree? Or disagree? Just like, what do you guys think?
Shooting guard in the league.
So like Luka classifies as a point guard, you know what I mean? Things like that.
Mhm.
You have Book, you have James
I
Harden.
mean, he's definitely up there.
You think someone like
I'd
James
say
Harden is
Harden's
still
more
better?
of a point guard.
Harden more
I'd
of
say
a-
Harden's. a
I guess
point
that's
guard at
true.
this point.
That's kind of a good point. Yeah, he's kind of developed more into a point guard. So even take him out of that, then Devin Booker when Devin Booker's fully healthy, is he better than Donovan Mitchell? That's a hard one, in my
Mm,
opinion.
Between them
In my
two.
opinion,
It's a toss up between those.
it's
two
like a
guys.
1A,
like
1B, 1A, 1B. That's kind of how I thought about it. Nick, what do you think? Would you say that Donovan Mitchell's better, even Devin Booker in his not prime, but like, just fully
I
healthy?
mean, this season, yeah, I think.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Because there's been seasons where Book's gone
But-
crazy.
But yeah,
And
when
then-
everyone's healthy, I think it may be a difference. I mean, you still got like Paul George and
True.
like, when Book is healthy. Why am I like blanking on a bunch of two guards right now?
I kind of am too, actually.
Look it
Mm.
up.
But yeah, I think yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like what Ryan said, more of a 1A, 1B situation. But
I think he
all
said
right,
that.
yeah. And then what about okay, the big news obviously coming up, about to be coming up. Probably be out by the time this airs. So shout out to LeBron passing Kareem. I guess for our predictions that we can look at down the line, Kevin, is he going to do it in OKC at home or against OKC at home this week, or is it going to be in Milwaukee? I believe, because then they go on a big road trip. They have like I think it's 6 in a row on the road. So what do you think?
I
Kev?
think he'll get it done at home. I think
What is
he'll
he-
drop
What does he need? 30 something.
36.
And they're going to
could
be
do it.
feeding him. They're going to be feeding him. So is Kareem even going to be in the building? I know they kind of have beef, not beef, but like he's got to be in the building at least, right?
Beef?
Yeah,
No,
I think they,
remember
like,
you haven't seen that?
don't
They
get along.
don't
They're
like
like-
each other. Yeah, they don't like each
Yeah,
other.
Oh, I
Like,
did not hear that.
I think it's more so Kareem being jealous that LeBron's doing this as a Laker, I think, or not even as a Laker. I think just passing it in general. And then what else was it?
He basically just said like he was like, "Oh, I don't have a." They both said it. They were like, we don't have a relationship."
Yeah, they don't have a relationship.
But it's
So
like,
it's not like,
why not?
you know, it's not like how Steph dapped up Ray Allen and shit when he passed the record and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I
okay.
think
I didn't know that.
yeah, I didn't realize it till a few weeks ago, but I don't know. Any thoughts on that? I mean, we kind of knew it was happening.
Nah,
So
can we like talk about how tight like Ray Allen and Kareem must have been and probably are like
100%
the
inside.
only thing they're probably so tight inside, but like on the outside you got to be like so supportive and shit like
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
But you know that
100%.
like that shit hurts probably after holding a record for so long.
Yeah. Do we think that in our lifetime, LeBron's whatever record he's going to get to, he's at 38 something right now. He'll probably get to what, like 42 or something like that, around that number. Maybe a little bit less, I guess, depending on, I don't know. No,
Really
probably
depends how
less than
long he
that.
plays.
Yeah, it depends how long he plays. So probably around like 40. Do we think that gets beat in our lifetime? Doesn't I just saw a
Well,
fact that
Luca's on
Luka,
pace.
but doesn't Luka have 20 already?
Dude,
20K?
Luca
You
is
have to-
not going to play till he's 38. Look at him.
True.
Look at
True.
Luca and tell me he's
But
going to
look-
play till he's 38.
Look
Same
how
with
he
Jokic.
plays. He plays like he's 38.
He does take his body
Dude.
load. His body load pause is probably like pretty good. Like okay, well, but like it's probably pretty good. Like he doesn't put a bunch of pressure. He's not dunking all the time. Hella pressure on his knees, right?
I feel like
I think he needs to lose some weight.
Yeah. I just don't think he had like I don't think he wants.
But that's
to
part
play
of his
till
strength, though. That's part of
38.
his strength, though, is he's strong. But I guess you're right. I mean, he's pretty heavy though for his size. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I
No,
mean,
I don't think it'll be broken
I don't think it'll be. I think if yeah, I don't
in our
know.
lifetime.
If Luca were to play till he's 38, if he's like guaranteed to play till 38, then I think barring not a ton of injuries, I think he would do it. But I mean, you never know. So, I guess we'll get into it weekly. I mean, Nikki, the Warriors are just the most frustrating team to watch right now.
We love watching
It's
Warriors.
like a script, as everyone's seen lately. The away game losses are actually getting to the point where they're just comical. Like, Kevin, have you been watching these? Nick, you've been watching these. Like, they're just laughable. Like, it's like, we're going to choke. It's literally the most insane thing. It's like a video game. It's like, and it just slowly happens the same way every time. Nick, I got to hear your thoughts, dude. Like, even with full health Steph, Clay, like, what do you think is the issue? I mean, it's getting to the point where it's pretty ridiculous.
I have no answer on the issue. As a fan, God, it's so frustrating to watch though, because it is like literally the same exact script every game.
Yep.
Going up like 10 or 12 in the fourth, and then it just like slowly dwindles down. Even if we've had control of the game the entire game, it's like it's coming.
Yep.
I don't know. Today, Jordan Poole was not in the game at the closing lineup until like the very end for like free throws.
Yep.
But Steve Kerr went with DiVincenzo, which I thought was super interesting. And that's no Steph too, because Steph got hurt today too.
I like that.
So no JP and no Steph, just DiVincenzo. I think it was like Wiggins, Draymond, Looney. Steph 4. Yeah.
Ryan, thoughts?
Just on like the Warriors right now.
Just the way losses, Warriors as a whole. JP's future in the league, like as like this season, not in the league, but like this season. I don't know. What do you think?
I just feel like we're a little, I don't know, just like a little stagnant right now, you know, like, I feel like we don't necessarily have that championship fire that we used to have really. Obviously Steph is still putting up crazy numbers, but I don't know. We're just not that like deep this year. Like I feel like we only go actually, no, that's not true because like for some reason our reserves play like more of a unit than our starters sometimes. So
I think, yeah, it's like, I feel like Kerr's rotation's too big sometimes. Like,
yeah. So I don't know. It's like an answer for someone who gets paid more than I do to figure that shit out. But I'm just enjoying it right now. Like I'm enjoying watching Steph play. Like my expectations are starting to decrease a little bit more for this team every game.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to just like, enjoy Steph and Clay and Draymond play together because Man, who knows?
this-
Like, who you really don't know now after.
Is
each
this
season.
Day Day's last year, Kevin?
This might be the end of the big three. I think so. It's
I think
last
it is.
year.
I think it is too.
Myers too.
Yeah.
You
think Myers is gone? You think Myers is gone
I think so.
to another team or just like
I bet he goes
retire?
to the Clippers.
No.
I don't know who's GM of the Clippers, but
I keep hearing the Suns.
ooh,
Ooh, that
Anybody but the Suns.
Winners work.
yeah,
When
we're
it
gonna.
works. I don't know.
It's tough.
I feel like the Warriors have done it gracefully if this is like their, so to speak, last season or last dance together. But I mean, I didn't write this down, but like, what are you guys' like favorite just like big three moments? If you can recall any, just like a Steph, Clay, and Dre moment.
All of them at once.
Doesn't even have to be on the court, it could be like off court.
Dre,
That's
I can think of a
tough.
funny. I
I'm
can think
trying
of
to
a funny
think of-
one. I can think of a funny one like Dre posting his dick on Instagram on his Instagram story.
That's your favorite moment?
No, I'm just like, no, I thought it was hilarious. It's like a funny staple. It's like a funny staple, like that you think of. Not a staple, but
What?
like you guys know what I mean, bro. Like I thought
Shit.
that was funny. 'Cause
Bro,
that doesn't happen a
what?
lot. That doesn't happen. So you guys are bringing it out of
Shem's
context.
gonna
but
be missing that era.
you got you guys bring it out of context, but you know what I mean. It's just you know what I mean.
yeah,
But,
favorite moment. Jesus.
but other than that, I mean, I don't know. I don't think they have a. It's hard to say if everyone all at once. But
I don't
like,
know why. I mean, mine went to Wiggins when he was just high out of his mind, even though it's not part of the big three. That's
At the
first
club?
thing I thought of. Yeah,
at the club after the
we won.
championship. Oh my god, he looked dead. Yeah, it's this picture
time
right here. If
partying
you
with
guys haven't seen
Clay.
it before, it's hilarious. I don't know. I mean, Steph's game 6 in OKC. I mean, just from like moments. Nick, what about you?
Clay's Steph's game 6.
He plays games.
Clay's game 6. Sorry,
Clay's game-
Jesus. Clay's game
This guy's
6.
got dicks on his mind.
Nikki, what about you?
2015 championship was like, I feel like that was just like, I feel like I just didn't see it like happening. I don't know. Even like with the run in the playoffs and then going up against Cleveland.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna lose.
I still didn't I just didn't believe it was gonna happen.
Yeah,
but-
we almost lost to Memphis. But I
Go ahead.
mean, I don't know. Like the 72-10 run was pretty sick. Like I think that's a pretty cool, just like period of time. So
73-9.
73-9, yeah. But yeah. So I don't know. Like Ryan said, you kind of just have to like soak it in at this rate because it's
Sure.
like expectations decrease and you kind of just have to enjoy them being on the court. So
Do they all get a statue?
Yes.
they might do like a combined one. Yeah, I don't think it'll be like 3 individual.
Well, Steph should get his own.
Steph should definitely
Steph
100%
should get his own. Yeah.
Yeah, Steph should get his own. Good point. Steph should get his own, but then you can't do one with. Maybe you do one Steph solo and then one like combine all 3 of them. I don't know how you would do that, but maybe so, or just 3 individual ones. I don't know, however they want to do it. But yeah, how about a little bit of a shout out to our boys, our boys. Let's get some fantasy talk. I know. Shout out Colin.
Wait,
Shout
mine?
out.
Wait, mine.
What?
What do we?
Oh, there goes Shem.
No,
What?
man.
What do you mean? I'm right
Oh,
here.
You're frozen. You're frozen.
I'm right here.
Frozen.
I'm right here. I'm back. Hello.
I mean, I can hear you, but you're frozen. Oh, there you go.
There we go. There we go.
Okay. Wait, what the hell?
No, I just want to share mine really quick. Mine.
All right, go. Oh yeah, go ahead,
was-
Ryan. Go ahead.
Mine was. It's just this shot of Steph, Clay, and Dre all sitting. Oh, sorry, Steph, Clay, and Draymond all sitting next to each other on Clay's game back from injury. You remember that one? That was just a cool night because like, although Draymond didn't play that game, right?
Yeah, he like
I don't think he played
was there. He was in for the first like play, and then they subbed him out.
for.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
But regardless, that was like a special moment because that was like the first time we seen all 3 of them on the court at the same time, even if it was for a little, just like a short amount of time, after like 2 years. But yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Jim.
Oh no. I was just gonna say I was just gonna transition into some fantasy talk, but I wanted to make sure you got your point across for favorite moment because it's definitely
Let's
special.
talk fantasy.
Let's talk fantasy. Shout out Colin, shout out Ben, shout out Brandon, the boys, all the boys in the league. I fucking hate fantasy basketball. Nikki, your thoughts on your team and how that and how that's been going. Yeah, Nick, what are your thoughts? How have you enjoyed fantasy basketball? How's the team been this year? What are your thoughts?
I love fantasy basketball. It's becoming one of my favorite fantasy sports. I just have not had a lot of success. Someone's got
Nick's
to
strategy is to get all the young players on one team.
I do always do that. We like youngsters. I was gonna say, man, someone's got to see what
Whoa.
Colin. Okay, hey, come on now.
Sus alert, new sus alert I edited. New sus alert.
I was gonna say someone needs to look at what Colin's strategy is because Colin's success rate in fantasy basketball
I don't get it.
makes me livid.
don't
I'm
get
actually
it
mad
either.
about it.
Some kept saying, aka Ryan, for a while, that he was getting lucky.
When did I say that?
He got
Back
it.
in the day, Ryan used to be a little bit mad, a little bit like he'd be like, "Oh my," Kevin too, a little bit like when Colin would pick someone up and like the person he shipped off would get injured.
Oh.
Kevin would be like,
He's
"Oh
got-
my god, Colin again!"
No,
Like, you know what I mean?
Colin
Definitely has
does
never
have
lost
the
a
best
trade.
fantasy luck.
He does
He's
have
never
great
lost a
fantasy luck.
trade.
He does have great fantasy luck. He's never lost. Yeah, I was about to say, when's the last time Colin lost a trade, Nikki?
It's
No,
never
like
happened.
he just doesn't.
Doesn't
And Colin's pretty good at fantasy football too, to be honest. To be fair, like for the
Yeah.
most part, I think he's like
He's
better
locked.
than most. Better than most.
We'll
You know
give
what I
him
mean?
his respect for sure.
Yeah. And then there's obviously Nick. Nick's won twice in 3 years. So I mean, the guy's just on fire.
Football, that is.
And football,
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kev, what about you? How's your team been doing?
Team's
I know you had
Team's
Kev had a
been
rough-
doing good.
you're about to pick up what's his face, Kev, but you didn't.
Yeah, I was gonna pick up Cam Thomas tonight, but
Ooh,
I
Shout out
decided
Cam
not to
Thomas.
drop Ayo Dominsu. So that one hurt a little bit.
That's rough.
Dosmunu. Is it Dosmunu?
Dosmunu, I don't know.
Hey
I don't
yo.
know. But team's looking good.
Hey, yo.
Don't have a point guard right now because Simmons and Porter are sitting on the IR. So
I love that Ben Simmons is your second point guard.
So funny.
I've never seen a guy be able to have the point guard and center position. That is a first. That is a
That's
first.
true.
So.
That's true.
Could you give Jokic a center spot? Can you, or I mean, a point guard spot, arguably in
He
fantasy?
should. He's averaging a
Probably.
triple double.
Yeah,
Bro, he
literally.
averages 10 assists.
Yeah.
That guy's an absolute monster.
Are
He's the
we
only reason
starting-
why my team's good.
By the
I'll be
way,
honest.
side note with that point, are we starting to lean towards he actually might get it 3 years in a row? Because
I mean, I said it.
I said it too. Kevin and Nikki were the ones
Yeah.
that didn't agree, but like, I guess I'll ask you two.
Yeah, at this point, he is. Yeah.
I mean, dude, it's ridiculous. Like at this point, the guy is just like a sick. How old is he, by the way?
26,
Let me
27,
look it up.
maybe.
He's probably one that's only going to play till 30 and then go retire and play with the horses
I know,
back
right?
in like Serbia. You know what I mean?
But who
Like-
knows? I mean, he could be 35 and are all we know. So
The guy could put up a 40-point triple double like it's nothing.
He's 27. He's 27.
27, like he's still so
27.
young.
Oh, he's
bro.
2 years older than us.
That's
Oh, that's
gross.
crazy.
And look at what Nick's doing. You know what I mean? Like all of us. But
Look,
Nick,
man.
you know, I don't know, man. But no, it's
I
crazy.
think the one seed solidifies the MVP for him.
Do you think
Yeah.
if he consistently plays like this, or even decreases a little bit, but they get the 1 seed, you think it's
Like
basically
years beyond, or like
no,
right now?
just this year for the MVP? Like, do you think like if they get first place and he keeps this up, or even decreases a little bit, does he still get MVP? You think with that 1 seed?
Bro,
I think so.
yeah.
he got it the last 2 years as an 8th seed. With
That's a
like
good
I
point.
similar
mean,
That-
numbers.
Russell Westbrook got it, averaging a triple double as a 6th seed. So
Yeah, good point. I think that's true. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Crazy. Ryan, what about you? How's the team looking? You said you might catch Kev here. Thoughts on that?
I'm on a little 4-week win streak. Not gonna lie. And I have the most mid team. It's crazy. Like I have technically one all-star because wait, actually, do I have one? Oh yeah, I have Dame and Zion. Like Zion's out. So and he was voted by the players. So I don't even know if you would like really consider him an all-star, but yeah, I like my team so far. I got Brunson. Brunson's been hooping. Lillard. Day. Shout
Let's-
out Nick.
let's hear you
Almost
guys.
got triple
Best pickup of the year.
Walker Kessler.
I
okay.
think mine was Benedict Mathurin.
Oh, yours had to
Oh,
be
yeah.
that.
yeah.
You drafted
Who
him.
you drafted him?
Did I draft him?
Yeah.
Pick him up
drafted
in
him.
one league.
You
Okay.
drafted him, and I was grilling you because I was like, "Who is this guy?"
Disrespectful.
We all know who he was. Kevin was the only one who didn't.
I don't think I've had a good pickup then.
I definitely haven't. So
Rough.
yeah, but
Probably say Shemi's favorite guy, Kevin Huerter.
Huerter. I love my guy Huert. Did you guys see Buddy Hield the other day posted an Instagram story saying light the beam and it was him dunking on the Kings? Did you see that?
I did not see that.
Oh my god, it was
That guy
hilarious.
hates the Kings.
Bro, he
organization
I
so
don't know
much.
what makes him hate him so much. Any chance he gets, he shoots. He like I should say shoots at them. Takes a shot at them. And you should see. I think it was either his story or an actual post, and he said "light the beam," LOL, and it was him dunking, and then it was like 2 clips, but I thought that was funny. So, but yeah, shout out the boys. We'll get them on the podcast. Hopefully one of these episodes, talk some fantasy, talk some sports. Those are our guys. Shout out the FC squad. So, do we want to get into a little bit of NFL talk, Nikki?
Let's do All-Star real quick since we talked about it so much.
Oh
in
yeah,
the-
how we feeling about the All-Star? I know there's a lot of people who thought a couple snubs, a couple of people who probably shouldn't have been in there. Nikki, you were voicing pretty heavily, and I'm gonna go to Ryan
Me and
after
Ryan were
that.
arguing.
Yeah, Ryan and Kevin were arguing. So Nikki, what do you think? And then we'll get into the Kevin Ryan argument.
Okay, my thing is, and I agree with like when I watch on TV and they talk about like snubs. If you name a snub, you have to name someone who shouldn't have made it, which I think is fair. So Jaren Jackson Jr., he should not be in there. Like, come on, man. Like the numbers aren't there. We're now learning the defensive stats are like iffy at home with that whole debacle. Like, come on, man. Like, I think he's a great defender, but like also minutes played, he's like not even really up there because he fucking fouls out like almost every game. So I don't understand how he's in there. I think Fox got snubbed. Let me pull up. What else did I have? Go ahead, Brian. Sorry.
No, I'm right there with you. I think, well, the argument me and Kevin were having was that I think if it was strictly just a thing based on like if the second seed should have at least 2 All-Stars, then I think that the first seed should also have 2 All-Stars, and that other All-Star being Aaron Gordon, because Aaron Gordon is averaging like exactly the same stats as Jaren Jackson.
Okay,
Let's get Aaron Gordon on the pod.
that's what
him.
the argument was.
I love Aaron Gordon.
Rye's like, oh, they have the exact same stats, but we're ignoring that Jaren Jackson averages 3 blocks a game.
He's a center.
Even if you're a center, 3 blocks a game is a lot.
Okay, so what about
He's
Andrew
the
Wiggins?
DPOY
Andrew
candidate
Wiggins-
right now.
Andrew Wiggins was also like kind of in the same spot as Aaron Gordon.
Well, he was also averaging
was, like-
19 points a game.
Okay, but I'm saying, yeah, that's not like a lot. That's like 3 more points than what Aaron Gordon's
But
averaging right now.
But wasn't Wiggins a starter? He got voted in as a starter.
I think that was also because the fan vote, right? Like, didn't the
Yeah, the
fan
fan
vote
vote.
matter more last year?
But yeah, he was a
so.
starter, so the fan vote got him in, I think.
Anyways, your argument of the 3 blocks being just enough to tip the scales, and that he should be more of an all-star than Aaron Gordon doesn't really make sense, because like Aaron Gordon is not a center. He's not like blocking shots, but he is a elite perimeter defender. Probably
Then
the
why
best
isn't he a
defender on
DPOY
that
candidate?
Denver team.
Why is he not
Was
a
Wiggins a
DPOY
deep-
candidate?
But Wiggins was not a DPOY candidate.
No, but I'm
and he
saying
still
that's why
made the All-
Jaren Jackson made the All-Star game is strictly because he was a DPOY candidate. Gobert made a freaking All-Star game. Like it's
No, but I'm saying you don't have to be a DPOY candidate to be recognized as an elite defender.
oh no, of course
on
not.
a
I'm just saying
team.
that's why he got the nod. Now, if Aaron Gordon was a DPOY candidate, I would agree with you there.
Damn, that's a good point. Ryan might have lost
I feel
that
like
one.
I feel like
Ryan
you're just sucking JJJ dick right now. That's
Damn.
all
No,
I'm
I don't
thinking.
think he shouldn't be in the All-Star game at all. I think Anthony Edwards deserved that spot 1,000
Yeah,
times.
I
Do you
feel
see
that.
there was a stat. There's only 4 people in the NBA history under 23 or 22 to average or to have 5 straight games with 25, 5 and 5. It was Michael
Bro,
Jordan.
he's just on your fantasy team. That's the only reason you defending him right now is because he's on your fantasy squad.
That is partially true.
Potentially. But no, all good points. All good points.
And then on the East, I was gonna say on the East too. I don't think
I like
DeRozan
the
should have
East.
made it. You like the East
Oh,
All-Stars?
DeRozan. Oh, DeRozan made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, DeRozan's on
Yeah.
it.
I think DeRozan puts up numbers, but it's like volume numbers. And Chicago is super underwhelming. I definitely think Harden should have made it, or Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. Harden for sure. The fact that Harden
Yeah.
didn't make it is actually unbelievable.
Well, Harden is like top 7 in the NBA ranking for MVP, and he didn't make the All-Star game. I feel like that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's straight video game numbers.
That's all I had to say about the All-Star
Yeah,
stuff.
that's pretty much it.
Okay.
How about some NFL talk?
Shout out Laurie. Wait, sorry. Shout out Laurie.
Oh, shout out Laurie. Shout out
Oh,
Laurie.
that
Yeah,
early.
Rye was
Call
on
that
it.
early.
yep. Laurie marketing, 100%. Ryan did call that early. Give props to our guy. But yeah, no, shout out to him.
All right, NFL.
Let's get into some NFL talk. I mean, hey, rough week for Niner fans. We'll touch on it a little bit. We all know what the hell we're all gonna say, so it's really kind of all the same shit. Brock tearing his UCL on the third pass of the game, basically making the game over. Josh Johnson was quite literally one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen in an NFL game in the period of time that he was playing. I hate saying that because I know he was like a guy. That guy was not prepared to go in the game. I always think about this, right? Like, Kevin, do you
He's
think
not prepared to go in he's not prepared for a preseason game, dude.
Bro.
He's been on 13 teams.
He's strictly there.
Like the announcers had the audacity to say they're bringing in like the vet QB. It's
Oh
like,
my God. I heard that too. I couldn't believe it, bro. I mean, Nikki, was he was terrible. Like his fumble was a perfect snap. It was a perfect snap. I've never
That's what
seen
sealed
that
it right there was the fumble.
Oh, because then they made it
They made it a 2-score
21-7.
game, yeah.
They made it 21-7, and then they got the ball at half.
Bro,
I think we got the ball at half,
Oh.
but still.
you should have just taken the knee. I was texting that too. I was like, just take the knee, just go in
The knee.
halftime. Like
Kevin did
Classic
say
Madden.
that. Classic Madden.
right
Classic
there.
Madden. Classic Shanahan, dude. He's just trying to get too cute. Like I love Shanahan and I love his play calls. It just is him trying to get too cute. Granted, it wasn't really his fault. I mean, fucking Josh Johnson dropped the perfect snap. So what can you say? But I mean,
are we gonna pretend that there was even a chance with Josh Johnson? You know?
no, God, no. As soon as Brock went out, I knew it was over. I mean, you can't. We would have had to have the most miracle scripted game I've ever seen in my life for us to win with Josh Johnson, in my opinion.
Mhm.
And then our defense would have had to go like absolutely crazy and keep him to like 10. But I just don't see it happening. So also, I don't know if you guys saw this press conference clip. I'll try to link it here if I can find it. Shanahan basically confirmed Jimmy G out for next year. Kevin, Trey Lance, Brock Purdy. Is it just kind of at this point with what we saw now with his potential injury recovery time? Trey Lance just came off a second surgery. I didn't even know that, by the way. He had a second surgery in December on his ankle. What do we think? Is it just an even playing field now for both of them, or is
second
Brock?
surgery is probably to remove like any hardware. in his ankle.
If he had like nails or whatever they put in
Yeah, like pins and
or
stuff.
pins or whatever. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I guess Nikki, question to you. Is it 50-50 now? Still Brock and Trey, depending on if they're both healthy, obviously. Or did Brock still have a little bit of an edge?
I mean, I definitely think it's going to come down to like training camp, but I guess the question is like, how long is Brock really out? Because I saw something that said a year, and then I saw something that said 6 months. They're not sure what the timetable is. It's at least 6 months, they said. So like, I don't know. I don't know if it's 50-50. It's not like that. I mean, I feel like we talked about it last week. We were like, okay, if we get bounced this week, losing to the Eagles, like, is Brock the starter next year? And I think we all agreed on, but like now he's hurt. So I think it changes everything. So
Kevin, does that purely depend on Tommy John? 6 versus 12, basically? Or even if he gets Tommy John, I remember you told me it's because it's a different arm angle. It could be easier
exactly.
to recover.
It's like so unprecedented that no one really like. I don't even know what surgery he's opting for. Like he could get a reconstruction, which is Tommy John, and he could still be out 6 months because it's just a different arm angle.
Is it just so you're saying the UCL can naturally just like come back and heal itself basically without doing any surgery or anything?
Not if you fully tore it.
Oh, not if you fully. I see what you're saying.
But like there's a you can either repair it, or you like reconstruct it, and like reconstruction's like it's a longer time period. But
yeah, Ryan, I mean, I'm curious what you think because I know I was kind of feeling like this when we were texting the boys during the game. Were you kind of one of the guys that was like, before we knew anything, like Brock, like you're being a pussy, like Nick Bosa's out here bleeding, he's getting cleated, like I'm seeing him throw on the sideline, and I'm like, I know Kevin was the one who was kind of advocating for it, but I was on the other end, like this guy's throwing on the sideline. Like, Ryan, what were your thoughts? Did you think he was being a pussy at first, or were you kind of the whole time like, nah, something's wrong?
No, I think he seems like a smart enough player to know that if he was out there that and he wasn't able to perform to the ability that he would be more of a detriment to his team than anything. I
Valid
think
point.
he's like smart. I think he knows himself and that he
Yeah.
knows that he wouldn't be able to. He would probably throw an interception. Like I'm sure he was worried about that.
Yeah.
I kind of a hot take on the whole Trey Lance like Brock Purdy thing though, but like I don't think it matters. Like I don't think whoever starts and it really actually matters at the end of the day. Like
Like
I
one's
think
not way better than the, like you don't think one can affect us way more than the other?
yeah, no, and I feel like based on what we've seen with quarterback health, like I wouldn't be surprised if whoever was the backup became the starter, immediately after or something like that. Like I feel like the offense is so like interchangeable too. Like you can flip flop them and you don't have to have one guy like constantly be the starter. And then I feel like you could have more fluidity between who's starting and who's the backup.
Honestly, the only thing I'll say to that, with me agreeing, Kevin, and you could probably agree with this too. Shanahan is so high level from a just a quarterback or from a football standpoint that I personally think that he can interchange the two, like Ryan said, to throw a different scheme at someone or potentially like have that look. Do you
I'm
think
sure
he'd do that?
Shanahan's got plays in there where they're freaking like both in. Like
Probably, honestly, probably like Trey Lance lines up in the slot or like something like kind of like a Taysom Hill situation in a way. Not fully because Taysom Hill strictly plays basically like tight end, but yeah, no, I thought that's a cool take, Ryan. I kind of agree with that. I think that could be a potential situation. So Nikki, I guess I'll go to you with this one. The big story with the Super Bowl, obviously everyone's talking about it. We won't harp on it too much. The Kelsey Bowl. Personally, I don't know if this is a hot take or an obvious take. I think it's fucking sick. I know everyone's talking about it. I think we have to really, really realize how sick this is because A, their brothers playing in the Super Bowl, and two, they're both offensive players, and three, they're both really good high level players. It's not like, oh, you're getting a bench player versus like a random wideout. You know what I mean? This is like two influential guys on their team. I'm curious what your take is. Do you think it's as cool as I think it is? Or like, I don't know. What are your thoughts on the situation?
Yeah, I feel like, well, you put me onto the Kelsey Brothers podcast and
Shout out the New Heights pod.
New Heights,
Great
New Heights
podcast.
pod.
New Heights pod. Great pod.
They've had some really good guests, Jalen Hurts, Pat Mahomes, but love their podcast. So been really invested week to week with them, like this whole NFL season, I feel like. So while I'm obviously last week was rooting heavily for the 49ers, I think it's really tight that the brothers are in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's as cool. I think it's as cool as you think it is for sure. Just to think about like what the whole family's feeling and, yeah, I mean, I guess the only concern is like, who wins and who loses and
yeah.
I don't know. Depends
yeah,
how
no,
you are as a family.
I agree. And Kevin, I know you don't give a shit, so I'm gonna go straight to the predictions. What are your thoughts on score predictions for the Super Bowl? Just straight into it. How are you feeling? Do you think it's extremely 50-50? One team's favored? I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I mean, it really depends on Mahomes. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I think it's gonna be over 50 points for the game. I don't know what the over under is, but I think it'll hit over 50.
I don't, but I will check it right now. We could all have some thoughts on it. Nikki, the over under is 50 on the dot. Wow. Kevin with the just dagger. Kevin with a dagger.
Line.
Kevin with a dagger. Great football knowledge from Kev. I guess. Yeah. So Kev, what do you think? I mean, the spread is 1.5. Philly's favored. It opened. I don't know if you guys know this. It opened at Chiefs -3, and the Chiefs are now +1.5. So I don't know if you guys know what that means, but for my non-gamblers, the Chiefs were favored by 3 when the line initially came out, and the money went so far heavily on the Philadelphia side that the Chiefs are now underdogs by 1.5 points. Kev, winner? Is it a toss-up?
Chiefs.
Ryan?
Chiefs.
Me and Nikki, I already know Nikki's answer. Me and Nikki are fly, Eagles fly. Shout out
I
Jalen
think the
Hurts.
Eagles are going to take it.
Kevin,
I contradict
Kevin.
myself from last week of what I said, but
Nikki and Ryan can do it. Kevin, $20 side bet. Just straight up. Calling
me
them
in
out on the
there.
spot.
Are we
Calling
not
them out.
gonna do? Are we not gonna do squares?
If we have enough people, do we think we can get enough people? Probably, right?
let's do 4 PP squareds. 4 PP
Hey, 4 PP squares.
squares.
Hey, we'll even open it up to the public. If some random
Open it up to the
viewer is
public,
listening right
man.
now, we're gonna throw it on our Twitter. I'm gonna link it right here. Hopefully, and then people can. We'll put the Venmo. We'll put like whoever we're Venmoing to, whoever the bank
Yeah.
is gonna be. It could be me or whoever. We'll put who the bank is. Put your name and your email. I guess if you're
Yeah,
if you
just
don't
do
know
it
who we
by
are
Google
personally.
Doc, I think.
Yeah, I'll do it on the Google Doc. If you don't know who we are and you're just a random viewer, shout out to you. Put your email there so we can at least email you and contact you. Come through. Everyone's welcome. We'll probably do what, like $5 a square or something like that. Something easy,
Yeah.
whatever.
I'm good
5
with
10
that.
bucks a square, whatever it is.
Yeah.
We'll have some of our friends in there and hopefully some of you guys out there. To the 4PP viewers. So yeah.
Yeah, that'd be tight.
Super Bowl is gonna be a good one. I guess one last NFL thought, Kevin. I'll start with you. Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers. We all saw Tom Brady retired. We'll get into that in a second. Thoughts on Derek Carr and Aaron Rodgers? They're both not staying. It's pretty evident. Even though Rodgers is on a big contract, so maybe he is. What are your thoughts on both of those two?
It's interesting. Like last year, there was a lot of QB move around, but like they were dog shit QBs. Like this year,
Yeah.
you actually have some good QBs on the market.
Lamar too. I forgot about Lamar. I'll get to Nikki about Lamar first, but yeah, what else about it? Derek Carr and Aaron Rodgers?
Sorry, I'm doing some weird things on the Google Doc.
I know. That was funny.
What is happening? Kevin?
I don't know. Yeah, Kev, Derek Carr and Rodgers. What do we think?
I have no idea where Aaron Rodgers is going. It's not going to be an NFC team, so I think he'll be on the Jets.
Interesting. What
Okay.
about Derek Carr?
Derek Carr, that I have no idea. He can really go anywhere.
I saw Houston.
I was gonna
Texans?
He
say
has a
The
the
D'Amico
Texans
Ryan.
make the most sense because
Yeah,
he has
yeah.
such a big cap hit. Like
Yeah.
it's like $42 million.
Yeah, so they're gonna take on that whole thing, I would assume. I think that's how it works. And it's like, yeah, 40 something million. They just got D'Amico Ryan, so he's probably gonna put his foot down and they're gonna give him whoever the hell he wants, I would
Yeah.
assume. So
Is he the head coach?
yeah, head
Yeah.
coach.
Yeah, head coach.
Big hit for the
Ah,
Niners,
okay.
but shout out to our guy D'Amico Ryans. I mean, he's been a legend. Like, guy's a fucking beast.
don't the Niners get draft compensation every time they lose a
Yeah.
DC and OC?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Well,
something
no, whenever and they get you get one if it's like a minority coach.
Mm,
If like you're so like we got a compensatory pick for Salah, McDaniel, and now we're gonna get one for D'Amico Ryans because if you hire a minority coach and they get hired by someone else,
mhm.
like that's what they're trying to like influence more.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, so I'm excited for the Super Bowl. We'll start to wrap it here soon. Before we wrap it up, just one quick thing. On the MLB side of things, spring training's coming up. We're excited for MLB. Just we'll keep it nice and simple. I know we've talked about this like once or twice, but the NL West is ridiculous. We're kind of screwed as Giants fans for the next like 5 years, Kevin. I know someone had us in the World Series in like 2028 or whatever. I don't know what they're smoking, but we don't really have a farm system that's great besides Luciano. And then Kevin, I mean, thoughts? Do we reach 70? What's your over under on your wins, real quick, and then we'll move on for the Giants. What do you set it at?
I'm gonna go 79.
Okay, Nikki.
I guess I'll go around the same thing, like 75 maybe.
Yeah,
Just-
I was gonna go
There's
even
a lot
lower
of
than
tough
that.
teams, a lot of good MLB teams.
I was gonna say 70. I was gonna say 70 on the dot. I mean, it's just hard. Like, we play those teams so many times. We put the Dodgers and the
Yeah.
Padres so many times, and it doesn't matter home or away now. We're not gonna have any home fans anyway, so that's probably gonna be a dead ballpark to play in. But yeah, I don't know. It sucks. I'm excited for baseball season to come back. I have this really cool rooftop here that I probably showed you guys that we can watch Nats games. They're the worst team ever, but I mean, at least I can watch a free baseball game from the rooftop. But
What's up with
Yeah.
DC sports, man?
I don't know,
Nothing,
man. That could be. We got to bring that up at some point down the line too. But God, every franchise, dude. I mean, the Commanders, if you count that, they're.
Capitals are decent.
Cap-
Or they were.
I guess
don't know
the
if- I don't
Caps
follow
were
hockey.
decent. The Caps are still decent. The Commanders are okay. And then they put the Wizards and the Nats, dude. I mean, of course I move here right after they release or right after they get rid of Scherzer, Trey Turner, Juan Soto, everyone. But
Hachimura.
Hachimura, Jesus, dude. My Uber driver in New Orleans said he saw Hachimura yesterday before the game, like in the French Quarter, just like with some little Asian guy, probably like his manager or something like that. And they were on one of those. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but like they were on one of those like pedal things, and I don't know, but I thought that was funny. And he saw fucking. Never mind.
Why was he there?
They were playing the
They
Pelicans,
play,
dummy.
They just played the Pelicans.
They just played the
Oh,
Pelicans.
shit.
Yeah, so that's the only reason I said that. All right, we'll wrap it up with some fun topics, questions. Ryan, I know we got to get into this first topic. Everyone's seen it. I'll link the clip right here. Let's get into it, Ryan.
Yeah. So just some more topical news, world news. So these Chinese spy balloons have been appearing over the United States and Latin America. So I was just curious, like, if there's a Chinese spy balloon over Foster City, California, Portland, Oregon, and are you still in the Navy yards, Chum? Navy yards. Like, what would they see on a day-to-day basis? Like, what information
To be
would
honest,
they be trying to get?
I don't want to get too rash here, and I'm gonna have to edit this out of this. I don't want to get canceled with this, but like, and it's not that bad. I'm always scared for like the next like attack because I literally live in like the biggest like besides New York, like I mean they're coming straight for DC. I literally live 2 minutes from the United States Capitol, like from like Capitol Hill, like. So I always get scared when I see these things. So I'm like, fuck, dude, if there's any sort of war or something, I'm so fucked. Like I'm the first one. So yeah, I don't know. That's what I think personally. But what about you, Nick?
Yeah, wait, you're asking me what are they gonna see?
Yeah, like what are they gonna see
Yeah.
in Portland?
What are they gonna say?
What I'm gonna do, what I'm doing, or what?
Like, what information are they
like, I'm
gathering
curious.
from you?
What are they gathering
Yeah.
from you?
They're just hearing our Xbox parties and they're gonna be like, holy shit.
Oh,
Ooh,
That's-
yeah.
that's
be that.
incriminating to say the least.
That is
That's
incriminating.
very incriminating.
Yeah.
Kev.
Yeah, same. Just group text, don't want out.
No sir, no sir.
Some screenshots, some God. Yeah.
Some of the TikToks Kevin sends me are so fucked up.
Kevin has some great
Kevin's TikTok for you
Dude.
page is crazy.
Kevin has the craziest for you page must be ever. I die laughing at the ones Kevin sends me. It's like
the
insane.
darkest humor.
Oh my
Jesus,
God,
Kevin.
dude. I love that shit.
Man. Open the door.
I almost said that too.
I'm dead. Oh my God. Yeah. I don't what are your thoughts, Ryan?
Okay,
You've been in the Air
Dumb
Force.
question.
Okay,
No,
what,
I'm
let's
sorry.
hear it. Let's
Going
hear
on
it.
topic. Dumb question. Was he actually like special needs or was he an actor?
Who?
The guy from Breaking
Open
Bad?
Your. Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta be honest, I don't know.
What's your guess?
We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
I don't know if we want to get into
We're
this.
not doing this.
What do you
New topic.
think? I'm curious.
New topic. I'm not answering that.
Someone look.
Yeah, we'll pass on that.
That'll say in the group chat.
Yeah, that one will stay in the group chat. Maybe we'll get to that one
Who
day.
knows? It gets leaked soon in China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus, dude.
Maybe they know.
Yeah. So I don't know. Anything else? Do you guys have any thoughts of? I have some funny would you rather's, but besides that, anyone have any?
I thought it'd be cool to do. I pulled up basic NBA trivia and see how many you guys will get right.
I'd be terrible. I'm so bad at trivia.
I'd be so good.
So go. I want to hear Nikki because Nikki prides himself on being good at like NBA knowledge. So I want to see
I
his
got
ass
you.
fall. I'm not participating because I'm gonna suck and embarrass myself. So
Okay. Well, whoever wants to participate, then answer it away.
I'll keep scores here.
Okay.
Kevin.
Who
Ryan,
holds the record?
Kevin, Nikki.
First question. Who holds the record for the most NBA championships?
What franchise?
Beep.
Beep.
Oh,
Nikki.
franchise or player?
Oh,
Nikki. Oh,
Player.
Nikki. Nikki got the buzzer first.
Bill Russell.
That is correct.
Ding, 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 ding. Nikki with 1. Kevin with 0 on this side.
okay. So we're
right.
buzzing in.
We're
Okay.
buzzing in. You got to buzz in. You got to
Buzzing
buzz in.
buzzing in.
That was kind of unfair. Kevin didn't know that,
Yeah,
but
sorry,
we'll give Nikki the point anyway.
All right.
All right, Ryan.
All right. Next question. Who is the all-time leader in rebounds in the NBA?
Oh, buzz.
Kevin.
Will Chamberlain.
Correct.
Correct. Kevin ties it
Nice
up.
Wow.
1-1.
Wow,
Kevin,
ties it up.
Kevin ties it up. All right.
Okay, let's see if he can.
Nikki,
This is a little
Kevin.
harder.
Here we go.
Who's the all-time leader in blocks in the NBA?
Beep.
Kevin.
Hakeem
Kevin.
Olajuwon.
Wow.
I was gonna
that's another one.
Kevin, hold on
Damn,
now.
it
Hey,
is
folks.
bad.
I thought you were gonna say
Everyone
Wilt, and I
relax
was
now.
gonna say Hakeem.
Everyone relax now. Kevin 2, or Nikki 1, Kevin 2.
Damn,
Right, let's go to
Kevin.
the next one.
All right. It's just gonna be a lot of like all-time. Who is the all-time assist leader in the NBA?
Beep.
Kevin.
Stockton.
Wow.
Bing, 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 bing.
Nick,
Nikki's
Damn,
getting
okay,
his
okay. I need to start
Nikki's getting
finding.
his shit
Sorry.
pumped. Pause, major pause.
Okay.
Nikki
pause.
1, Kevin 3. Nikki's getting shit
On a
pumped.
roll.
Nikki's getting shit pumped. Ryan, let's hear what you got.
Okay, hold on. Let's see.
On Nick.
Okay,
Come on,
these questions kind of suck.
show
I have
out.
answers
Nick.
in my head, but I'm afraid to be wrong, so I've been letting Kevin beep and say the answer. Fuck.
Waiting on our host here.
Sorry. Sorry. Some of these questions are like, what's the NBA team based in Sacramento? Like, so
Oh,
that's
okay.
stupid.
How do you spell Huerter?
Okay, here we go. Who has won the most NBA championships as a coach?
Beep.
Nikki.
Mhm.
I want to say Phil Jackson.
Final answer. Ryan.
Correct.
That's
Okay.
correct.
Ah,
Wow.
God, I was
Nikki
scared, I was
with
scared.
2.
Yeah.
Nikki with 2. Catching up. Kevin still with 3. It's first 1 to 5, folks.
First 1 to 5. Okay.
Shit.
Let's go.
Big
Who
swing
is
round.
the owner of the New York Knicks?
I don't know.
oh, what's his name?
Oh,
Did you-
beep beep.
Nikki.
Is it James Dolan?
It is James.
Ding, ding,
Let's
ding,
Dolan.
ding,
fucking
ding.
go, Kevin.
Yes.
I was gonna say Douglas. God damn.
Ooh, James Douglas. Wasn't that? Oh, never mind.
Oh
Nikki-
my God, I know
No,
you were gonna
never
say.
mind. No. Nikki 3, Kevin 3. First 1 to 5. Nikki, were you thinking FD initials?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Happy we're on the same page. Not happy, but like good that we're on the same page. Okay, 3-3. Ryan, throw it to you for the 7th question.
What is the minimum age requirement for an NBA player?
Beep.
Kevin.
19.
What was that?
Wait. I guess
What was
I
it?
said
You
19.
said 19.
I said 19.
19. That is correct.
It is
okay.
correct. They're gonna move it back
I
to
was like,
18.
shit, it might be 18.
Nikki 3, Kevin 4. This could be game point. This could be game point. Can Nikki push it to sudden death? Ryan, let's hear it.
All right. Hold on. I'm trying to find a good one.
Play some hotel music in the background while we wait, Nikki, huh?
Just give us like a NBA champion by year. So I can guess it.
Oh, yes. Give him like who won the
All right.
title and whatever.
And finals MVP.
And finals MVP. Ready? Nikki 3,
All right.
Kevin 4.
2014.
Beep.
Beep. Ooh.
Nikki.
Oh, that's
I'll let
Nick.
Nick have
I
it.
got
I'll let
Nick.
Nick have it.
Nikki, that was Nikki.
Spurs. Kawhi Leonard.
Yes.
Wow. Sudden death.
I almost thought it was the Heat, but that wouldn't make
Hold-
sense. 'cause-
Hold
'cause
on,
Butler
Ryan.
left.
Ryan. Throw a good one. Throw a good one at him. This is sudden death. Throw a good one at him. Like a good one.
Okay.
All right, here
Prepare
we go.
yourself.
Sudden death, everyone. Sudden death. Ding, 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 ding. Everyone get the drum roll.
Wait, these are. s-
Okay.
This
Hold on,
reminds
hold on,
me
hold
of
on.
those guys on TikTok who like answer questions and are just absolutely awful. Ryan sends me them all the time.
Oh yeah, I know what he's talking
They
about. I
don't
what
know
you're talking about.
anything.
I'll try to
And-
link it. I'll link it right here. These guys, hilarious.
Oh wait.
Kevin, I mean, our host right now is just, this
You gotta
guy's,
come up with a good one though. I respect
this
it.
guy's all over. Let's hear it. All right, Nikki, while he's doing that, would you rather be an unimportant character in the last movie you saw or an unimportant character in the last book you read? Okay, I already know that because you don't read books, I guess.
Hey man.
Do you
I
read
read a lot of
books?
autobiographies, so
That's pretty good. Okay.
gonna say movies.
I don't think that counts. It's just like, isn't that just like a
Oh.
life story, basically?
yeah,
I
but
just
it's
watched Bullet Train, so I don't
Oh,
wanna
okay.
be
Here we go.
Oh,
Here we
Jesus,
go, here
Kevin.
we go.
Kevin.
All right, here we go,
Here
Ryan.
we go.
Sudden death. Drum roll.
Who is the Portland Trailblazers mascot?
Oh, it's that stupid cat. What's his name?
I don't know. I genuinely don't think I know.
Zippy?
You have to buzz in. You have to buzz in.
Beep Zippy?
Zippy is not it.
I don't even have an answer for you. I
Hold on,
have
hold
no
on.
fucking
No.
idea.
Hold on, you guys got this. It's a play. Hey, I'll give you one trick or one hint. It's a play on words.
I don't think that helps me at all.
Oh,
No, it doesn't.
okay. Well, Ryan will think of a new one. It was
Yeah.
Blaze the Trail Cat.
I knew it was a stupid cat, but like,
I wasn't gonna get that.
I'm not getting that. Yeah, I was gonna say Blazy. Like, I don't know.
Blaze,
Easy.
Blazy, Kevin?
blaze up.
Blaze up.
Laser.
Ooh. Actually, no. Sorry, Adam, talk while I find a better one.
Yeah. Any other? Would
Okay,
you
so
rathers?
no, so Nikki, I'm gonna have a good one for you here, bud.
Okay.
Would you rather travel the world for a year on a shoestring budget or stay only in one country for a year but live in luxury?
Oh, one country, live in luxury. 100%.
Kevin, are you a sites guy or are you just give me all the goddamn cash for a year?
What do we consider a shoestring?
Okay.
budget?
Here we go. Here we go.
Like your budget right now. Think about it like that.
Jeez.
Thanks.
Well, no, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I'm not spending hella cash on travel and like I'm bare bones in it.
Dude,
Like,
I don't know. I don't think
Just like-
Chevy has a shoestring
Think-
budget.
no, just think
Living
bare
in
bones. Think bare bones. Think bare bones.
One country luxury.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of the same
I'm
way.
just taking shots, man.
Kevin thinks
Alright.
I'm roasting him out here. Guys about to buy a condo. You never know. So, maybe not with those prices in Foster City though, Kev. Eh? Ooh, brutal.
Not the best condos.
Yeah, not the best condos. Nicky or Ryan, how we looking over there, bud?
Yeah. You ready?
All right, you ready? Let's go. Sudden death.
Where did the New Orleans Hornets temporarily relocate after Hurricane Katrina?
Beep.
Beep.
Nicky.
Ooh.
Charlotte, right?
That is incorrect.
That is incorrect. Kevin
wait.
for the win.
Wait. Can you say the question one more time? I think
Oh
I
my-
just need to hear it.
Mm-mm.
I want to say
I
New
can't say it one more
Orleans.
time.
No, you can't say it. Can't say anything. What is it?
Charlotte.
Oh wait, no, OKC, Oklahoma. No,
What's your answer? What's your final answer?
Oklahoma.
That is correct.
That is correct.
Damn, I thought it was
I said they
Charlotte.
freaking relocated to New
Nicky-
Orleans.
Kevin said New Orleans. I was like, Kevin, bud, they had to go somewhere.
Damn.
Kevin wins 5-4. Kevin is the
GG,
winner.
GG.
I
Kevin.
only remember that because they mentioned that when Chris Paul went to the Thunder.
Yeah, that's true.
He had
Mm.
played in
Yeah.
Oklahoma before.
Hold
I
on.
have- Wait, can I ask one more question?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is for everybody, all you guys, because I don't. All right. Of these four players, Dwayne Wade, Alonzo Mourning, Tim Hardaway, and Michael Jordan, who was the first player to have his jersey number retired by the Miami Heat?
Okay. It's probably something not.
Well, it's not Michael Jordan.
It's not Michael Jordan.
Ooh.
Alonzo Mourning.
That's Adam's guess.
I'm gonna say Alonzo Mourning.
I think it was Alonzo Mourning too.
All right, 3 Alonzo Mournings. Ryan with the verdict.
Michael Jordan.
What?
What?
Oh, because the Heat haven't retired anyone's number, right? Or
The
something
Heat
like that?
retired Michael Jordan's number 23 on April 11, 2003 to honor Jordan's achievements and contributions in basketball, even though he never played for the team. The Heat is the only NBA team other than Chicago Bulls to have retired the number 23 jersey in honor of Michael Jordan.
Good trivia.
Dick Writing.
That's
Big
super
time.
random. Okay. Nope.
Yeah,
Good question.
interesting. More you know.
The more you know.
Good point. Well, I guess as we wrap it up here, if you could go back to your 16-year-old self and relive your life right now with everything you know right now, would you do it?
16. Where was
with
I at
everything
16?
with everything you know right now? With everything you know right now. We were sophomores in high school. God, can you
Yes.
imagine having to do school again? Oh,
Oh,
but you know everything you know now.
yeah.
And disregard, I'd go
Yeah.
make $1 billion because you know the outcome of a game. So like disregard that. But like just your pure knowledge of being human, being on Earth, just like, would you help your 16-year-old
Yeah.
self?
Yeah, 16
think
is
so.
not that far off
9
to
years,
be like,
9 years ago.
"Oh." Yeah,
Yeah, if it was like middle school, I would say no, because middle school is
Same.
rough.
yeah,
Same.
yeah. How many championships did the Lakers win during the 1960s?
During the 1960s only?
6.
I have no idea.
5.
Like 8?
0, actually.
Okay.
Okay, well, thanks for the
Fuck you then.
thanks for the trick question, asshole.
I don't know.
With that, let's wrap it up, Ryan, because Ryan's just God knows what he's doing right now.
I like these
Um,
trivia games.
Nikki, just real quick. I mean, Goodison Park. I mean, what? I mean, I mean,
We're talking Arsenal?
for our Premier League fans out there, probably just Noah, maybe Grady if he's out there watching. Real quick before we wrap it up.
Ooh, okay. Last
Okay.
question.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Let's jump back to NBA.
Let's jump back to NBA. Let's hear it.
What city were the Houston Rockets originally founded? Is
Tennessee.
it A, Houston? Ooh, okay. No. A, Houston, B, San Diego, C, Los Angeles, or D, Austin?
What was A and B again?
Hmm?
What was A and B again?
A was Houston, B was San Diego.
They had those weird yellow and green jerseys. What was that from?
I'm gonna say San Diego. Nikki,
I'm gonna say Houston. I don't know if they ever.
Ryan's asking some dumbass trick questioning. I'm gonna be pissed. Kevin, thought or prediction?
What was C&D?
Los Angeles and
In
Austin.
Austin. Ryan's pissed.
Maybe it's LA.
I just can't imagine an NBA franchise starting in San Diego, but I guess
I
it
went-
was San Diego.
All right, San Diego, Houston. Ryan with the verdict.
San Diego.
Wow.
I remember they had those weird jerseys.
That's so random.
San Diego Rockets were founded as an expansion team in 1967.
Yeah.
Did they ever play in San Diego? Or like
They moved to Houston in 1971.
But yeah, no. But yeah, Nick, to wrap it up, just real quick. I mean, Goodison Park, Arsenal lose 1-0. Massive swing game, in my opinion. I think we have to come out big against. Oh, and we have Brentford, I guess, which is good. But hey, after today, I mean, shit. Are you still worried, or do you think the title chance is still in our favor?
I like what Arteta said after the game, that he wasn't disappointed in the players.
I love
think
that.
He's instilling confidence in the guys, and he's saying, keep it pushing. Like, we've had a good year. Don't get so fixated on one game. Just keep moving. Like, you can't dwell on games. Like, it has to be week to week. You got to move on to your next opponent.
Yep.
I still have faith. that we keep it together, and Man City drop some points. That's what I'm hoping
100%.
for.
And I agree. I have this cool little future. Throw it up here for all my gambling guys. 50 to win 3,000, almost 4,000, I think, because it was like plus 6,400 Arsenal to win the league in the summertime. But
It's a hell of a bet.
it's so yeah, I don't know, man. I really hope they can do it. We'll see. But today was definitely disappointing. One of those games where I think we just dropped the ball. The passion wasn't there. I think Lee said it. I sent it to you, Nick. Where was the passion the same? We have to get on them like we have been getting on them, even though they're playing really well. You have to get on them a
Sure.
little bit. Where's the passion? Same passion as Lee said. After 20 minutes in the Tottenham game, he was like, "No, we're gonna win this game." And I think I even thought the same thing too. Like, bro, we look ridiculous.
Yeah.
Barring some crazy comeback in the second half, we should score 2 or 3, which is unprecedented with how we've been the last few years.
Mhm.
So yeah, man, I don't know. It's gonna be a great end of the Premier League season. We haven't seen something like this in a long, long time.
Mhm.
So I'm excited for the second half. And fuck, man, I need to get back to London, dude. We got to get back to the
Gotta do some more travel.
yeah,
honestly.
100% back to the Emirates. So yeah. All right, boys. Any final? Ryan's playing trivia on his own. Any any final thoughts? Gonna wrap it up. We're gonna, just for all the viewers out there, we're gonna start getting some super cool guests on the pod over here in the next few weeks. And we were talking about this earlier, but we might have some cool different segments coming up, like maybe like a 30-minute golf segment with just me and my buddy Ray, or just like a soccer segment with me and Nikki. You never know. Might have some cool segments coming up. We're gonna start switching up the episodes to keep it nice and fresh, so nothing gets stale for the viewers out there. So
Yeah.
excited for some future guests.
Yeah, excited for some future guests.
The pod's been fun. The pod's been fun. Been getting some good feedback for the pod. Shout out to everyone who's been watching the pod out there. We really appreciate you guys. We're just doing this just to kind of mess around and have fun. And these are my guys. I love my guys. My brothers right here. So we just got to talking sports, talking life. If you guys have any recommendations, put them in the YouTube comments. Text us. You probably know us personally if you're watching this. So if you want any cool segments, any cool people to come on the pod as an appearance, let us know. We'll kick Kevin out if we need to. And
Nice.
and yeah,
I want to end it on a quote.
Ryan, take us away on the quote, Ryan. Let's hear it. And then I'll fade us out like with a really cool edit.
Wait, I saved it in my favorites.
Okay,
Kevin,
well, you just
Kevin,
ruined it.
Kevin, I have a question.
ruined it-
What was
you
your
ruined it.
senior quote, Kevin?
Kevin, what was your senior quote?
If you don't make it, it's your own damn vault.
Is that from Always Sunny or something?
No, it's from Land of the Lost, Will Ferrell movie.
Okay.
Not a fan, but funny, kinda. I think I went with the basic ass. You missed 100%. No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
I hope you didn't do that one.
I don't think I
No.
did. I don't remember what I did. I'd have to get a. I don't remember, but I'll try to ask my mom. Yeah, Ryan. So what's that quote, bud?
This is Seneca. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality.
You're
And with that,
spitting.
hey, and with that, Ryan, we'll see y'all in episode 5.
On the next one.
Bang.
Peace. How is it going? How's it going, everybody? This is episode 4.5 of the 4-Point Play podcast. We are adding an extension to our previous episode because a lot of shit went down since the last time we recorded.
Well, to this episode because it's not out yet. So like they're still watching.
They are still watching, so welcome back. Or no.
Welcome or
Thanks for staying.
thanks for staying.
Thanks for staying. Thank you for staying. Thank you, Kevin.
I'll put a disclaimer at the front so hopefully they would have seen that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. Stay until the end. Stay until the end of our trivia. We have a few topics to get into. We're gonna keep this short but sweet. Trade deadline. What do we think, guys? Kevin Durant to the
Massive.
Suns, Kyrie to the Mavs. So many storylines, so many things to talk
Luke
about.
Kennard to
Nick.
the Grizzlies.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, I just had to put it in there.
I mean, he is. That's a big.
All-star
That's
watch.
it's a big asset for them. It's a good add-on.
The Grizzlies got their guy.
Another guy Jaw can trust on the court late in games.
Nick,
So,
I'm gonna take it in a direction people don't think we're gonna go in. But what do you think of the Nets right now?
the Nets are so fun to watch right now. I love their depth. I think they're a fun team with little expectation. So they're just going out there. They have a good record as of now. I'm assuming, 26, 27 games left. Like if they perform at a 500 pace, they're going to make the playoffs still and get some good experience there.
It feels like they've almost recaptured that team with D'Lo and Dinwiddie and Jared Allen in a way.
Yeah.
Is
You're
what I'm
spitting.
seeing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
Instantly way more likable, super easy to root for them with Cam Thomas and all that. Shem, what do you think about KD going to the Suns?
I mean, I could probably speak for all of us. It caught me pretty off guard. I mean, me and you were sleeping, Ryan, when it happened, and then I woke up and I was like, just like all over the place with it. I definitely didn't expect that. I kind of had a feeling he was going to move. I think we even talked about it, or I might have asked Kevin or someone in a group chat before, like maybe like a week before the deadline, like, oh, do we think KD's going to go? And I think Kevin might have even said no, or someone said no.
Yeah.
And I was like, or they don't think like maybe one of us
I
was
was
like,
pretty
I don't
hard
know.
on a no.
Yeah, I think it was Kevin. Yeah, I said pretty hard no. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I feel like with Kyrie gone, like it's a possibility. But I mean, the Suns team is gross. I mean, everyone knows it. On paper, they're gross. On the court, they're gross. I mean, it's Chris Paul's time. I mean, it's like it's either now or never for the guy. He's in a spot where he quite literally has to win this. I mean, you can't give the guy a better spot to be in, unless they keep working out at the end of games in the tunnel, like Kevin says. Then I think they have a pretty good chance. But
That ring relies on the hammy.
yeah, for real. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's gonna be interesting with Kevin Durant and Book as a second option, but I'm curious to see how that dynamic goes. But Kevin,
Shem is super blurred right now.
we're good.
Kev, I have a question for you. What do we make of the short-lived Nets dynasty?
Definitely big failure there, which is a shame because I mean I keep preaching this, like they went 13-3 when they actually played together, and they were a shoelace like away from the Eastern Conference Finals. It just sucks that we couldn't see them for like a full season together, like actually try and see how far they could go. It's just like such an interesting dynamic. But overall, just a massive failure. Massive failure.
Yeah. I wanted to, since we are a Warriors-based podcast, I wanted to make this about the Warriors somehow and say that I think it's crazy to see what Steph was able to do. Like, it's easy to put players on paper together. You know, it's easy to put superstars on a team, on a roster, but it's like a whole other thing to like make it functional, make it work, and like have egos in check and make sure everyone feels like they're a part of it, you know, still part of it. Because I feel like it's easy for a team to have like 3 superstars and the rest of the people just feel like casts on the team. Whereas during that whole Warriors run in dynasty, you know, like Steph like made that like a team, like a winning team. So yeah, I just think it's super impressive seeing how like Steph really brought together superstars and actually won, because it's not, it doesn't equate winning.
It's like also it's like you go look at like the Spurs and their dynasty, like they had good chemistry with their big three, like Miami, LeBron, like with D Wade and Bosh, like they had good chemistry. It's like if the chemistry's not there, you could have all the talent in the world, but still got to put it together.
The league's really good now. Like people, like every team is really good. Like every team obviously has the potential to kind of show up. And like if you don't have the chemistry, but you have the talent, like yeah, it's not guaranteed, like Kev said. So, again, I was gonna ask Kevin real quick, biggest bust ever in terms of a team like that. What's your thoughts? Has to be like top 2.
I wouldn't say bust. It's the biggest.
I guess that's true.
Experiment.
Failed experiment. Yeah.
Because like again, they did go 13-3 together, but like as far as acquiring that much talent and them leaving within 2 years, like
yeah, pretty brutal.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah. Agreed.
I think they gave up like so much to try to make that work too. Whereas you never know what could have just happened if they kept D'Lo, if they kept all those guys and just developed them, you know?
I really love that team with LeVert, Allen, like even just Kyrie there. Like, oh, that was such a deep team.
Yeah. Nick, your guy, Kyrie, onto the Mavs. How's that going to work out?
I mean, they're like 3 games in and it's working out pretty decently. I know Luka said he's going to take adjustments to learn how to play off ball when Kyrie's like the primary ball handler. But for Kyrie's sense, like he's done it with other superstars. So I think he can help adapt and get that together. But they look decent and they look like a rejuvenized team. I mean, I don't know, what is this, like the 3rd star they've put in Dallas to try to pair with Luka to see if it works out. I mean, the trade itself is crazy because he has not committed at all to the future. So you could have just traded for like a very, very short rental of Kyrie Irving. But you never know. Playoffs is playoffs. Like you got to play the games. Luka is a generational talent. So they could make a deep run. They could put it together. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past them.
I find it interesting that you said that they've had like 3 stars now. Would you equate Kyrie to the likes of a Porzingis and a Wood or a Dinwiddie? Or do you think that him being who he is like one step above those players, and that's the difference that they need?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like we put it side by side. He's definitely better than Porzingis or Wood or Brunson or Dinwiddie. But yeah, I mean, it's also hard. Like, I don't know how much of I think we talked about this before, but like Luka's recruiting pull, like I don't know if he really has that. So to trade for a guy mid-season and be like, yeah, please come here and try to work this out is a risk that Mark Cuban's like willing to take. So I respect it. I respect them going for it and showing Luka like, hey, like we're gonna make moves so we can try to win here. Because I don't know how many years they want to waste of Luka's like deep prime there, but he's still young. But
yeah. Did you guys hear about Kyrie potentially wanting to go to the Suns?
Yeah.
slightly, but I didn't really read into it much.
I think I just saw something saying like, oh, like stay on the lookout for Kyrie, like potentially to the Suns, because I think that's where one of his trade request destinations were. So this offseason could be really interesting if they don't succeed, you know, could we end up seeing him going to the Suns or, you know, walking away, which that would be actually crazy. But
Kyrie refused to make comments too about this offseason. I don't know if you saw that today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
as he should.
Yep.
He should just stop talking.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't believe anything he says anymore. He says if he says he's staying, you're probably assuming he's on his way out. So
I mean, there's 100% rate or chance that he's going to leave if he says it at this point,
if he said,
right?
True. Facts are there.
Yeah.
That is true. I'm curious what Ryan has to say about the current state of the Western Conference as a whole, as well as the additions that the Lakers and the Clippers made. Ryan, I want to hear your thoughts on both those teams as well as the state of the West.
I think the Lakers, I love the Lakers now, actually. Like they look, I'm glad that I'm not like a huge LeBron fan, but I want to see him just be competitive at least. And I think they finally give him pieces to be competitive. Obviously Vanderbilt and Malik Beasley and D'Lo, those are all great players, all great people, or all players that can score and just like win games. And man, I hated seeing that Rui Hachimura said that they just like were hooping. They had no practice and they beat us. So that was that they knew what they were doing when they said that. As far as the Western Conference, goddamn, it's stacked. It's so stacked.
Big time.
Whoever comes out, would you guys say whoever comes out the West is going to win it, or is it going to be
no.
No, I don't think it's that.
whoever comes out?
straightforward.
Yeah.
Whoever comes out the East.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh wow, I was just gonna say I don't think it's either way, but
I think it's a toss up.
yeah, I think it's a toss up.
Like I think any team in the West can beat any team in the East. I think you have two favorites in the East right now. Oh, I would take like the Bucks or Celtics over any team in the West right now.
Yeah, I think you could pretty much not watch any Eastern Conference playoff games until it gets to the Eastern Conference Finals, and then just focus all your attention on the Western Conference playoffs
So true.
and watch each single round. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
Gonna be a lot of game sevens, hopefully.
A lot of game sevens.
probably honestly. It's a good point.
John Wall back to Houston.
Yeah, that was cut short. They waived it. They waived his ass like the next day too.
Oh, did they really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
waived him. Yeah. So I
That
don't
was
mean,
100% a
oh,
karma move right there for talking
Yeah.
all that shit about them.
absolutely. Someone's gonna grab. I mean, someone will get him, but I don't know who. But it was.
Oh, what was the point of that? What do you guys think? Like, was it not working out with the Clippers or something, or were they trying to just make room for maybe a younger guy like Bones Highland, obviously, and Plumlee? Because I feel like if it didn't work there, I don't see it working
Yeah.
many other teams.
For real.
I feel like he couldn't stay on the court still. Like he came back and was kind of off and on, whether it be like small injuries and things like that. But honestly, all the moves that the Clippers made at the deadline were impressive. Like just to make them a completely deeper team. So
The Bones move is so tough. Like
for 2 second rounders is pretty decent.
so tough.
That's
Bones
not a
is-
lot for
They're going a
guy
lot of
who-
faith in Bones because they
True.
got rid of Reggie too.
yeah.
They get rid of Reggie. I forgot about that. Oh man. Damn.
I got Plumlee too. Plumlee, he's a top 15 center.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't watch too many games. He's like a fantasy monster, low key. Like
Defensively, I feel like he's kind of ass, but
he also shoots with both hands, so I don't know really
Shoot.
what to expect.
He does shoot with both hands.
Dexterous.
Good point. What about the I guess the Warriors debacle that we've seen unfold over the last four days or so now? Nikki, I want to start with you.
Man, first of all, Bob Myers had a press conference today and didn't disclose a ton because, like, legally, I think there's going to be an investigation on the Portland doctors.
Mhm.
What was said or what was not said, I guess, in the trade details. But but it's really interesting. Like, first of all, that Bob Myers was kind of forced to play his hand. I think there was probably a ton of conversations that we wanted OG, which obviously, you know, there was tons of reports on that. So I feel like a lot of his attention was dedicated to that. And then when that didn't go through, you know, felt like he had to make a move at the deadline or do something at least. And obviously the Wiseman like salary dump in the long term to avoid some sort of luxury tax is important for ownership, especially if we're not going to be like really contending or winning games. But yeah, crazy situation overall because, you know, trading for an injured guy or a guy who's out a month or so when you're trying to win now is pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie.
And just like how much of an impact do you think he's gonna have? Like, I feel like I love GP2. He's always gonna have a place in my heart as a Warrior fan. But like, you know, Dante's been hooping, man. Are we gonna stifle that like progress he's been making as a Warrior? And like, you know, his minutes are gonna get cut probably for sure. Cause I mean, he's gotta take somebody's minutes, right?
I mean, I feel like technically they play GP2 as a wing, even though he's like 6'3". But either way, I feel like we should have got some size, but I'm not. You know. But Dante, we love Dante. So
Love Dante.
Could you run a 3-wing lineup or 3-guard lineup with Paul DiVincenzo and Gary Payton, you think?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I think so.
Right
I mean, I think there's enough defense. I mean, it's
Yeah.
small, but
It's crazy because GP2 is like, I hate to say it, but more of a lob threat than Wiseman was.
it's fucking
That's
hilarious.
crazy to think about, but you're absolutely correct. I feel like that's so nuts to think about. Oh my god.
He just does like all the little things right. He has such a nose for the ball. And he has like he's got that dog in him, you know. That's all I'm gonna say.
Agreed.
Kev, I guess this could be for anybody, but like just overall thoughts on the whole Wiseman experiment. You know, did we end it too soon? Should we have given him more time? Did we treat the situation? You know, I don't know. What do you guys think?
like I don't hate the move. Like I think Wiseman was the right pick at that time. And you know, in hindsight, everyone's like, or just like, if he didn't get hurt, like maybe he plays more minutes last year, and maybe we actually don't have like a championship roster. We're not as good, and things don't work out, and the rotations don't get right. So, like, it's a failed experiment, and we kind of blew a chance to like do a Spurs and, you know, go from David Robinson to Tim Duncan and just continue another dynasty. But it is what it is. We secured another chip, so yeah. I
just think about potentially having Franz and like Halliburton off the bench, bro. Like, obviously that'd be, in an ideal world, that'd be nice, but yeah, it sucks because like the way I viewed this trade is like in fantasy, if I drop a player and then Kevin picks him up and he starts playing hella good, and then Kevin offers me back in a trade. You know what I'm saying? That's how this felt. Like,
yeah,
I don't want to trade for a player I drop, but I mean the Warriors did it, so yeah. Any other thoughts on that, guys?
I mean, I'm curious to just hear about Nick's thoughts and his upcoming surgery with the Portland doctors.
Brutal to hear that
man.
after the week after this happening.
Yeah, background for the viewers, I guess. Confirmed torn meniscus. The doctor I'm going to, it's like a doctor that's right under the Moda Center, which is where the Trailblazers play. And they've told me in the past, like kind of bragging about it, like, oh yeah, like we do surgeries for like some of the Blazer players. Like we did a knee surgery for Yusuf Nurkic and shit like that. And you know,
he is still out.
He is still out.
You're not wrong there. You're not wrong.
Oh my god.
And yeah, with the GP2 stuff, I'm a bit concerned going into the surgery, but I think I'll be all right.
I mean, who knows? We may see Nick on the court in 2 months with Tortadol shot up in his leg.
What are those, Kev?
It's like I don't even know how to explain. It's basically like a super high powered like drug like that just kills pain. It's like a super big painkiller, but it's terrible for you, like long run wise. But
Jesus.
like it'll get you through what you need to get through. But
You know-
it's long
You know,
term.
they emptied that shit on Pat Mahomes last night.
Patty Holmes, I was about to say.
Yeah,
I
they
was about
shot
to say.
his shit up in the locker room. Pause. But like they for sure were. Oh my goodness. Yeah,
Well, that's a good segue into football.
good segue into football. Great Super Bowl. We're recording this on Monday, the 13th.
The day after.
Didn't
day
we
after.
make predictions in the last or like this last episode that we're currently in?
Yeah, we did.
The episode that we're currently still in.
20 minutes ago for the viewer.
I could probably. That's gonna too long. I forget who I picked.
Adam, me and you went.
Oh yeah,
Eagles.
me and Nikki were on the
Jalen.
Eagles. Me and Nikki were on the
I think I
Eagles.
chose
Yeah,
Chiefs.
yeah.
I
You and
want to
Ryan.
say
Were
I
on-
chose Chiefs as well.
Yeah, you and Ryan, because I remember it was 2-2, and me and Nikki were on the Eagles.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I
I didn't
mean-
care who won. I just wanted a good game.
Yeah, it was definitely weird. I think it was the least I've been into like ready for Super Bowl, just because I think because we had just lost, so it's kind of like, ugh, you're kind of like just down as a Niner fan. But I mean, great game nonetheless. I mean, again, sucked to kind of end it with that penalty. A lot of people, even on the Eagles, saying, again, and I get it, the game's not called on one play, blah blah blah. It's tough though. I mean, that is definitely an influential call in a big moment. Whether it was a hold or not. There's just some calls where it's like, fuck, do you really call it here? Or do you not? Do you let it slide? But yeah, I don't know. Crazy game though, all around. That was cool.
Mhm.
Good, always good when you have a good Super Bowl. I mean, it's like at the end of the day, like when you're watching Super Bowl, if it's not one of your teams, like you just want it to be a good game, like Ryan said. So, shout out to Pat Mahomes, Nick, first ballot Hall of Famer for sure now, 100%, no doubt.
100%.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
Where do you think this ranks him among all-time quarterbacks? You guys know more football than I do in this regard.
I mean,
I think he still has a little bit to go.
Yeah,
for
resume-wise
sure.
to
yeah,
get
I mean,
with some of the top 5.
he's
top
probably like
seven.
top like 7, top 8, top 9-ish.
Multiple MVPs, multiple championships this early in his career. I mean, he's
5,000
definitely-
5,000 plus yards twice.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
mean,
like,
he's on pace to be right behind Tom Brady.
Mhm.
yeah, he's already gone to 3, 1, 2 with 2 MVPs, 2 finals MVPs. Or sorry, not finals. 2 Super Bowl MVPs, 2 regular season MVPs, 5,000 plus
Is-
yards twice. It's like, come on, dude, that's crazy.
Are we seeing a pattern here with all-time quarterbacks needing an all-time coach and B, an all-time tight end to be successful?
It's a good
I
comparison.
mean, there's a good comparison for sure. Is that I sometimes I think is like that. Is it just a coincidence, like the tight end stuff? But like, I think it's so hard to tell. I mean, the prime Pats teams are so good, but I feel like the receiving core was just as good on this Chiefs team. And this Chiefs wide receiver core is really, really solid. Like, but to your point, Ryan, I mean, yeah, I think it is. I mean, the coach, to be honest, I think the coach more so than the core. Like Andy Reid's a genius. Like I was watching some tape on, those 2 plays where they ran in the end zone, Kevin, where it was like they ran the guy in motion, faked the motion, and then came back. And
Those are
then
the
it was
two-
like
That was nice.
two
That
Tony
was a
and
great
Sky
play.
Moore. Yeah, they
Yeah.
ran that because they ran that twice, and the 2 plays before that, they ran 2 motion plays with a run. And so to read how they would play the motion, and then immediately after Andy Reid had those cooked up ready to go because he knew how they were going to play the motion. So like it was crazy. Like I think
You're
Dan
playing
Orlovsky
chess. They're playing chess.
was talking about it, bro, and he was breaking it down, and I was like, he's just playing chess. So crazy. But
I was gonna say shout out Jalen Hurts though, because he was
real.
hooping out there.
He was.
One mistake, costly mistake on that fumble return for a touchdown.
Just
But
dropped
damn,
it
he played
too.
well though.
I know.
Got to give it to him.
That team's gonna be really good. That team's definitely hopefully they keep most of their core. I mean, AJ Brown going there was just like the icing on the cake for that team to take it to the next level.
Yeah.
I mean, he's literally ridiculous in the air. Like he's like 6'5". Like it's like was it his touchdown catch, Kevin? Or Nikki? No, wait. It might have been his touchdown catch where he just went up there and like Jalen Hurts literally just tossed it up. He's like, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
toss
he
it
just
up.
tossed
Yeah.
it.
yeah.
I mean, it was
Mhm.
like I think it was I forgot who the DB was. He kind of lost when he turned around, but it was like, and I think even Greg Olsen said it like, yeah, this is one of those plays where you just throw it up and be like, my guy's better than yours. Like, you know what I
Nice.
mean? Like he's just better. So, but man, that Eagles team is so good too, dude. Fuck. Yeah. It's
I
gonna be
think
interesting how next
Jalen
year
Hurts is
happens.
going into a contract year, so they're gonna have to pay him So it'll be
Mhm.
interesting to see what they can keep.
Yeah.
Kind of like how the Chiefs did when they paid Mahomes.
Mhm.
So
They have a lot of free agents too. It's like I think I saw like 10.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
losing. They have good pick.
DeAndre Hopkins of Philly. Fonte Smith,
No
AJ
chance.
Brown, DeAndre Hopkins. No, he'll probably go somewhere random.
I mean, if Patty Mahomes could turn Juju into the player that he looked like during the Super Bowl, I'm sure they could probably.
I mean,
get
to be
some-
honest, though, dude, I really thought I thought Juju was solid though beforehand. I mean, obviously this last year with the Steelers, he was all right. I mean, he definitely had a. I mean, look who he was behind. I mean, he kind of had, he had no one throwing to him, but he definitely makes people look better for sure. But I thought Juju played really well, honestly, especially in the second half. But yeah, he did kind of make him look solid. Yeah, God, that Chiefs team is so good. And the more you think about it, everyone on that team, like they're like Isaiah Pacheco, like the role that he stepped into too this year, like, oh my God, you have guys like Sky Moore that you can bring into the game in the red zone that are like,
Kadarius
solid. Kadarius
Tony, what a return.
scariest looking guy on the planet sometimes, but
Oh my
man,
god.
Those
Oh,
eyebrows
boy.
are crazy, bro.
crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's wild. Hopefully our Niners can at least do something next year.
I was gonna
'cause
say,
I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting off season. Tell you that for sure. I don't think we even found out about Brock yet either, whether it was gonna be
It's-
surgery or not.
I think
They're
it's
gonna
a second, right?
decide. They're gonna decide like on the spot. Is what I
What does that
heard.
what does that mean on the spot? Like,
Like they're just gonna like investigate when they open him up, and then they're gonna make the decision there.
oh, if it's gonna be Tommy John like on the spot?
Yeah, I like.
that's
I still
crazy.
think
What the
there's no like. They don't know for sure yet.
Damn.
Jeez.
I didn't even know that was a thing. That's crazy. Cause normal recovery would be what, like after surgery, like 4 months? 3 months?
For what?
For just repairing the UCL? Or is it more than that? For no Tommy John,
Yeah,
just a normal.
Well, it's so weird because it's like football. Like I'd say,
Yeah.
yeah, 4 to 6.
Months?
Yeah,
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, that's crazy. And then Tommy John's what, like 9 to 12, 9 to 14? 10
but
to
again,
14?
that's like with baseball. So like,
That's true.
it's
Good
so
point.
hard. But
Yeah.
yeah, if it's full reconstruction, he's probably looking more at the 9 to 12 month.
Yeah. Looking like trade time, huh, Nick?
I- It's looking like trade time.
Might have to be. Either that or we bring Rogers in, huh, Nick?
Not a fan of Rodgers anymore. Shout out to
I
Aaron
like-
Rodgers.
I don't
He's
think
on
he's
his
coming
dark
yet.
retreat right now.
He is. I saw that. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
4
Yeah.
days. I couldn't last an hour. So shout out to him. But yeah, boys. Anything else before we wrap up this little extension episode we're tacking on here? No.
no, I think this is good.
Expect episode 5, maybe even shortly after this. Not shortly after this, but we're still keeping pace here. Once
Yeah.
this drops, when you guys listen to this, probably on Tuesday on Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. To all those lovers out there. Shout out Kev, shout out Ryan, and then the single fucks like me and Nick. But yeah, episode 5 coming soon as well, probably about a week and a half. And take us away, Ryan.
Make sure your worst enemy doesn't live between your own 2 ears.